somebody brought something to my attention and they said, Therese, you're not just going through, but you're growing through, and your life can actually help bless somebody else. Some of us don't realize it's just we having our Moses experience. That meaning leading people to the promised land in our day, in our time. Come into the room, Moses, come into the room. Moses is a person. Moses can be anybody, because of the simple fact we are living in a time where there's so much happening. And see, for a while, because I was going through something, I didn't want to talk. I might be going through something, but I'm growing through it. So the thing is, why you? Why you gotta be in pain? Why you gotta lose a loved one? Why you gotta walk away from your job? Why you gotta step out on faith? Why you gotta endure something in this season of your life? And why doesn't it feel good? Because if it felt good, you wouldn't grow. Right now, when you growing through something, you should be testifying, because people need to see what you're going through, because we are living in a day where people done lost faith. People done lost hope. People have forgotten who they were. For a long time, I didn't even love myself. It was the pain, it was the trauma, it was all of these things that I had to face, and I didn't know how to tell anybody. When you have this mindset, sometimes you can't get the words out verbally, so you act it out in a different way. But as I stand here today as this woman of God, this vessel, this earthly vessel, say that I'm growing through my pain, I'm growing through my heartache, I'm growing through the loss of my father, I'm growing, and it feels so good to be free. Because how do you know I'm free? Because I'm losing the weight. I guess I should unmute myself. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Driven Show. I am your host, Nicole, and I decided to do something special today because I actually have been on vacation for 2 weeks. And so I said, let me go live and do something that I haven't done in a while, because of the simple fact I love having individuals on my show. So I want to extend this invitation to individuals that want to tell their story, promote their business, or just talk about whatever it is that is on your heart, because you are driven by your purpose. We have created this unique platform for individuals to tell their story. But today I want to do something special, because over the last 2 weeks, I actually had a moment to breathe. I had a moment to pause. I had a moment to reflect on the goodness of everything that has been taking place in my life, whether it has been negative, whether it has been positive, but it taught me something in this moment. So I want to share that with you, because I need you guys to live your life to the fullest. Sometimes we get so caught up of working harder and not smarter. Sometimes we work harder and we don't smell the roses. Sometimes we work harder and we lose precious time from our loved ones, from our family members, from those that are important to us, because we're giving our all to a system or to people that don't value your time, don't value your worth, and don't value who you are. And so you waste precious time. So now I want to ask you, I want to command you to do something special for me. I want you to reflect over your life. When you watching this video, after you watch this video, really say, am I living my life to the fullest? Am I taking time out of my busy schedule to show up as my organic self, as my authentic self each and every day, and doing what it is that I love while being here in this present moment? Because so many times I tell you, like, we always giving our all to people. We're always giving our all to situations that no, they don't even serve us no purpose. But yet we give our all to these things because we feel like we need to do that. But guess what? Our children are missing us. Our grandchildren are missing us. Our loved ones, they saying, That's all they do is work, 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 work. And then they don't have to smell, they don't have time to smell the roses. So I want to ask you to do something for me. Reflect over your life and say, every day that I'm alive, am I doing everything that I can do to edify not only myself, but edify others? Am I doing all that I can? Am I doing everything that makes me smile? Am I going back to that childlike stage where I actually smile, where I actually love, where I actually forgive, where I actually believe in myself again? Because I know how detrimental it is to my health. So I ask you these questions. I ask you this because I need to know, have you done that lately? When I tell you these last 2 weeks have been nothing but amazing, I actually spent time with my family. I no longer stay in Michigan, right? My family is in Michigan. My mother, my brother, my sister, my niece, and my nephew. We have a real small family, but it's large at the same time because my mama has a lot of siblings, right? And so I have a lot of cousins, okay? But my immediate family is not here with me. And so I went home this past week, and well, 2 weeks ago, because I ended up going somewhere else for the holiday weekend. And when I tell you, it was like heaven on earth. I got with some of my aunties and my mom, and it was something that we needed. In that moment, it made me realize something, like time is passing us by. Like Big Mama is no longer here. Granddad is no longer here. So now we have the children that are still here, which is my mom, her nieces, I mean, her sisters and brothers. And so they're getting older, right? And then here it is, we're getting older. So me, my sister, and my cousins, we're getting older. And then they children are getting older. So now what are we doing to impart what our young people need? Are we speaking life to our young people? Are we showing them how to not just work, but work hard, but work smarter? Not just work smarter, but live, love, smile, lose the weight if that's what makes you happy. Show up in new spaces, heal in new spaces, but don't be afraid to be who you are. Do y'all hear me? So many times we try to imitate people. So many times we try to please people. Don't y'all know, when I was at home, I had somebody say, Therese, and they said it in a way that it kind of got to me a little bit, like they wasn't happy for me. They was like, T, you look like you done lost some more weight. And I thought to myself, if I'm not eating the same way I used to eat, if I'm actually starting to walk in this hot heat, if I'm actually doing things that are productive to lose weight, you should be happy that I'm losing weight, not holding on to the garbage that I used to hold on to. So the weight for me, it was not just the physical weight, but it was the fear, it was the anxiety. And I for a moment it was like that could have been a negative situation, because I'm like, they talk about me when I'm heavier. They talking about me now that I'm losing the weight, but I'm like, you know what? I can't dwell on that, because maybe they just was happy that I was losing the weight and they didn't know how to just say, T, you're losing weight and you looking good, mama. I don't know what the case was, but I'm learning to not get offended when people say certain things. So that's why I say living in the moment, living your life to the fullest, because sometimes people see one thing and you see another. So you have to say, am I doing what I need to do? Am I believing in me? Am I living my life? Am I showing up authentically? What is it about me that I am doing? And am I being productive? So I want to encourage you on this journey called life. Really take the time out to feel what you need to feel. Live how you need to live. Dance and release every negative block, every energy that no longer serves you purpose, because you were born to be free. You were born to be healed. You were born to show up authentically. I have to tell you that, guys, because so many times we don't show up in spaces because it's not like the traditional way. We don't show up in spaces because sometimes people don't want us to show up, because you know that light that's inside of you, sometimes people see it and they try to dim it. So here it is, I'm just coming as a messenger. Show up and show out. Be who you were created to be. Love who you are and know that you are amazing. I love telling you guys you are amazing because so many times when we going through this journey called life, we be like, "Oh my goodness, all we're doing is having an experience." Some say it's bad. It's not bad. It's you're just learning what you are capable of doing. You are learning how to feel. You are learning how to love. You are learning how to show up. You are learning how to be yourself. So, live your life to the fullest. Show up in new spaces and be who you are created to be. And I just wanted to come on here and tell you, like, this is what we're going to do. So I'm actually going to be changing up the show. I'm going to be doing some things differently. And so I just wanted to come on here to tell you guys, live your life. Take that vacation you've been wanting to take. Go visit that relative that you've been wanting to visit. Go forgive that person that you need to forgive. They may no longer be here in the land of the living, but forgive them for yourself. Not only forgive them for yourself, but embrace the new you. Walk in your healing. Believe it without a shadow of a doubt. T, why are you saying this today? Because T have been experiencing this too. T believes that any and everything is possible. So I'm walking by my faith and not by my sight, because if I see it, it can scare me and it'll make me run. I don't have to see it to understand that it's happening for my good. Everything we go through, I love to say this, we're growing through, because in this season, we have to realize life is a journey. It's not your final destination. After you leave here, you want to say, or you want to know that you completed your task each and every day. So live your life poured out. Show up every day as yourself. So, with that being said, do something for me. Do something for me. Reflect over your life each and every day. Say, did I live my life to the fullest today? Every time you wake up, set goals for yourself. Say, today, I want to do this. I'm going to do this. This is how I'm going to do it. And then if it don't turn out the way you wanted to do or wanted it to turn out, say, you know what? I don't have expectations. I just believe everything that's supposed to happen to me is going to happen. Just like I realized something. I was riding on a plane. Let me show you this prime example. And so the first time I rode on the plane, it was very bumpy. It was so much turbulence. So now every time I ride the plane, I be thinking to myself, it's gonna be so much turbulence. I ain't gonna like this. Or even when the plane is getting ready to land, I'm like, oh my goodness, the plane is a bumpy ride trying to land, and I don't like it. But can I tell y'all something? I got on that plane today, right? And the ride was smooth. The ride was smooth. I was expecting it to do another thing, but it was the opposite of what I expected. So I don't know what's going to happen from moment to moment, second to second, hour to hour, but I believe that whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. So, if you look at your life like that, we be expecting things to be happening in our life. We don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we have to believe that I'm living my life to the fullest. I'm letting go of all my worries, all my fears, all my cares, because I have work to do. And I'm so amazing. This is what you should be telling yourself. Like, I don't have to worry about tomorrow because I don't hold tomorrow. I want to live in tomorrow if that's possible. But because one thing I know for certain, I don't give myself life. I don't breathe breath in my body, but I create my reality, because if I live right, I do right, I give right, I be right, and some things going to come. Some things are going to happen. But at the end of the day, whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen, because why? I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. I believe with God within me. Think about what I'm saying, because of the simple fact, when I go through my life journey, I'm like, from day to day, I really don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to live. I'm going to love. I'm going to forgive, because this past weekend taught me something. I had some high moments. I had some low moments. I had some moments where I just wanted to, just show up in a better space. I went to the water and I release some things. I'm finding new things that I enjoy. I'm finding new things that make me happy. I'm finding new things that allow me to show up. Don't you know, one of the children that I used to care for, she recently passed away, was in an accident. This is not one of my first students I have lost, but I remember her growing up. I remember seeing her every day. One of my cousins also passed away. She was at work and she passed away. So, why am I saying this? Why is this imperative? Because we don't know when our name is going to be called, and we have to make that answer, or we have to answer that call. Listen to me, because you're going to go to you it's like this. You're going to go through this phase in your life when you're trying to figure out, am I doing everything right? Am I living my life to the fullest? Am I doing everything that I was supposed to do? See, these people that I mentioned, they can't get another chance right now. They are no longer here with us, but did they live their life to the fullest? I don't know, but they answered the call when God called their name. That's why they're no longer here with us. So I want to ask you, are you doing all that you can today? Have you done all that you could do today for you? Have you showed up in the spaces that you needed to for you? Have you showed up in spaces for other people, but for you? Think about what I'm saying, because people need us to be our organic selves, our authentic selves each and every day. All we have to know and trust and believe that you belong here. Like, you are valuable. Like, what you have to offer this world is needed now more than ever. Because we are all special. We were all given a task. We all have a purpose. So each and every day when you are here on this earth, you have to show up. You have to believe that you're doing all that you can do. Even if it don't make sense to somebody else, even if nobody else agrees with you, nobody else tells you that they see you, I see you. I love you and I believe in you. I believe that you were born for a purpose. I believe that there's greatness inside of you, but you have to trust that too. You have to say, you know what? All that I've been through, all that I'm experiencing, all that I'm going through, it's much bigger than me. It's not only much bigger than me, but it's a part of the plan. It's a part of my process. It's showing me how to really stand on a solid foundation. It's showing me how to love my neighbors. It's showing me how to love people that talk bad about me. It's showing me how to help heal the nation. It's showing me how to speak to the lost. It's showing me how to love my neighbors when they don't look like me, when they don't talk like me. Today, I was sitting next to a little girl on the plane, and she just started talking to me. She was just looking at me. She was talking to me, and she taught me something. She was of another ethnicity, right? She was not a woman of color. She was a little girl. She didn't have color. I'm gonna say that she didn't have color. But she was so nice to me. She was like, "You seen the Toy Story 3, 4, and 5?" I said, "The last time I seen Toy Story, it was only Toy Story 1 and 2. She said, "It's 5 of them." I said, "Well, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the Toy Story." That's the kid in me. The inner child said, "T, you need to watch the Toy Story. Go watch 3, 4, and 5, because this little girl done told you." And then she was like, "T," she don't know my name. She was like, "You need to watch Tots." I said, "Tots, what's that all about?" She broke it down and she told me. She was like, "Yeah, this is what they do. It's a bird or something. I forgot what they Piper and the other person, but they detectives, and they have a map. But And then she told me I needed to watch the Tigger. She was like, "You need to go watch the Winnie the Pooh show because all of the characters got switched around because they said they didn't want to do Honey no more. Pooh didn't want to do Honey. Tigger didn't want to be scared, and Eeyore didn't want to be whatever he was." And it just taught me something like kids will have a whole full conversation with you. They don't see color. They only see color. They only see certain things in their environment. If they were taught to hate, they're going to hate. If they were taught to love, they're going to love. If they were taught to just be themselves, guess what? They're going to be themselves. And it doesn't matter if they're olive, if they're purple, if they're pink, if they're yellow, if they're green, but they can sense a good spirit. They can sense their sisters and brothers. But us as adults, we can't because something that happened to us in our past, because sometimes, we get these colors, we get these different backgrounds, and people are like, "Oh, you can't love this color, you can't talk to this person." Listen, I want to teach y'all something today. That baby loved me. She didn't even know me. She was like, "This is my sister." She was like, "That's my sister sitting in front of me." And she told me her grandparents were sitting on the side of us, in front of us, with her auntie. And then she was like, "My sister, she's sitting up there in the chair and she's sleeping right now." But she was like, she was just telling me her whole story, right? But her mom was just looking, and I was just talking to her mom. I was like, "Yeah, I was a teacher. I don't work with kids and adults all the way from 18 months to 101. I said, I love working with people. So I want you to find out what makes you happy. What will you do to help serve somebody else? So, with that being said, I just wanted to come on here to tell y'all every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will have a special guest, or I will just go live because I need to get some things out of my belly. And that just simply means sometimes we just need to hear something that's positive, something that's going to edify us and uplift us and give you a story that you should know are here, because you're not the only one that has been through something. You're not the only one that's going through something. But the good thing is you're growing through that thing. So that way you can go to the next level. So that way you can help somebody along the way. You don't have to hold your nose up, but instead speak life to your sister, speak life to your brother, because they need it now more than ever. Just like you, we all need each other to survive. So remember that. I am Coach T Nicole, and I want you guys to have an amazing day. I love you and take care. See you guys next Wednesday, and I have a special guest, and I will make sure you know who he is next week. And also, be well and be blessed. Take care, guys.